So, this music starts. Music.
Dun, 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 dun. It's not ready.
It is now. It's playing the music. Our band of adventurers had begun to investigate a kobold attack in Pterodon's Crossing, in which one of the Hunter Guild members, McGilly, had fallen, and his Warforged companion, Harvey, had gone missing. Through your investigations, you were able to discover that at the same time, Gregor, one of the old elves in the town, had been murdered, roughly around the same time. Through a bit of hard work, you were able to sneak into the house and discover a part of some horse raids. After conversing with the leather worker and the stable hand, you were able to confirm that this had been stolen by somebody. After breaking into the house of a drow elf, you discovered that Harvey was there, damaged but still alive. After your search continued, you were able to find a cave system, which led deep down to where the kobolds were hiding. There a battle ensued, in which many of you nearly fell. But eventually you were able to kill the kobolds, subdue Denlit, and kill the Turanuk that had been summoned by him. We now continue on with you all leading Denlit out, with Erebus, Harvey, and Oz following from the rear. So, as you make your way to the main entrance, you can hear the sound of voices shouting. As you approach with your dark vision, you can see torchlights, and holding them, you can see the armour of the Lord's Guard. As you arrive to the main entrance, the Lord's Guard up front raises a hand and says, "Who goes there?"
I reach out the hand. Just members of the hunting guild. Sorry, I have some bread in my mouth.
Alright. Right, come forward slowly, with your hands up.
I just go forward, hands up.
As you get about 30 feet, as you all get about 30 feet away, he just raises his hand and goes, "Right, it's far enough." You see one of the Lord's Guards, which you actually all remember by the large sword that he carries over his shoulder. The guard that was put to sleep by Nemesis in front of the house. He walks up towards you, just kind of looks over, notices you, Nemesis, and just goes, She's definitely with them." What? Can you tell us what you're doing down here?
Oh yes, we were on a job. Both deal with the kobold threat, and we were investigating the murder of Gregor.
Which we solved for you guys.
It turns out they were linked.
How did you know about this? How did you know about the murder?
Well, people are talking about it all over town. How could we not know?
We have dumb sources.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks towards the large Lord's Guard, who just kind of looks to you all before just shrugging. Right, what is it that you've found out then?
We found out that this, and right here, Denlit, was indeed behind the murder, as well as
push him
helping out
forward.
the kobolds.
He kind of walks forward, and you can see this now. Now he's a lot closer. You can see he's got like a 5 o'clock shadow, dark green eyes. You can see he's got brown hair that kind of sticks out from his helmet, and he just looks at Dylan and says, "All right, you got any proof about this bastard doing it then?"
We have him.
Yep.
He
Literally
admitted it
his
himself.
statement. Yep.
At this point, you hear movement behind you, and Arabus steps out from the shadows. I just want to add as well that this one has also been involved in the summoning of demons, without the correct supervision. And you see him look at Arabus. Alright, you got proof of that one? Not physical proof, but we can give our statements. He like, sort of roughly pokes Denlit. Alright, so you're the one that killed Gregor then, eh? No response. Right, we'll make you talk over at the HQ. And he kind of like roughly grabs him by the collar and starts dragging him away. But as he drags him away, he just looks at his shoulder and says, thanks for your help and all that. We'll be in touch if need be.
One more thing, actually.
What?
Can I give him the hobgoblin's note to show them that he was working with the kobolds?
Ah, I forgot we had that.
Oh,
So
yeah.
he takes it, like, looks at the side of the goblin before turning it over and just like... You got any proof of these kobolds were here then?
I got their heads.
You can
Yeah,
go in.
let's show them the heads.
I proudly display the heads.
Right, if it's not too much to ask, for evidence purposes, can you give us at least one of them?
What will you pay for it? Because that's coming away from our reward money.
Yeah.
We'll give it back, we just need to give it to the Grandmaster so that he knows what we have. We get proof, you can have your head back if you want.
Fine.
So
What was your name again?
mine is Samuel. I am currently the Night Guard dutyman.
Thank you.
Like that. Yeah.
Samuel owes us head.
Alright, yeah, give him the head.
Right.
Yep.
It shouldn't take too long. I imagine we won't want a kobold head sticking up the HQ. I'll get someone to return it to you at the earliest convenience. Where will you all be located at that time?
We'll likely be at either the Plain Hunters Guild or in the tavern.
The
So-
Celestine Hold.
So Celestine Hold, okay. Right, very well. We will endeavour to get this back to you as soon as possible. And he just starts dragging Denlit away again, who hasn't said anything this entire time. At this point, Arabus he's still like holding on to the wound in his stomach. He just like stretches and says, "Well, that was indeed one of the biggest mistakes I've ever done. Eh.
Oh, trust me, you'll be making a lot more in your life.
Well, I suppose our business end is concluded.
I suppose so. You did surprisingly well.
Well, if I'm to become a Grand Mage in the future, one needs to pull its own weight, so to speak.
Oh, nice. So if we ever need you again, we'll come find you.
No,
Exactly.
I am perfectly fine sticking with sharp teeth. Thank you very much. So, question though, how are we going to get that one out? And he points over to Harvey.
Oh dear.
Alright, everyone.
Heave ho!
Everyone. Yep. Everyone together.
I'm not sure that will work.
At this point, Trafnar walks forward and just goes, I think the ladder up in Denlitz might be strong enough. Be a bit of a stretch. I'm willing to have him come up last, but either that or he can be pulled up last by the lot of us. By, those lot and us.
Wow, Trafnar, you sound more English than before.
I think you got hit on the head.
I think I did, lass. I think I did.
Alright.
He'll probably be alright after we give him a drink or something.
Oh, fuck yeah, I need, ugh.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm assuming latest go up first.
What was that, Evelyn?
Latest people go up the ladder first?
So are you going through the cave-in, or are you going up through Denlit's house?
Through the house, it's a shorter travel.
Right. So you all make your way up.
Less strength checks.
Wait, can I get my knife back first?
I thought
we already got that.
I thought you already got
Oh
that.
yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot.
So you all make your way. You're essentially following behind the Lord's Guard. And as you arrive, you can see there's actually a wooden ladder in place now. It looks like it's just one that's been quickly grabbed. So you're able to all climb up, and it creaks a bit. They're starting to pull it up by the time you guys show up, and you can see again, it's a big Lord's Guard who's just lifting it up before you, just like looks at you and just puts it down and just holds on to it as you climb up.
Yay.
So you all climb up. It's basically a straight walk out, and Harvey comes last, and you just see the large Lord God just step aside so that he can get through before pulling up the ladder himself. As you all walk through, you can see the Lord's Guard start heading northwards, and looking as you come outside, you also see it is now night.
Oh, joy.
Did you say this was the Lord's Guard from before that I put to sleep?
Yeah, the big one is the one that's holding the ladder currently.
Okay, 1 second. I'm gonna kind of tap him on the shoulder real quick.
Like he's holding the great sword in one hand and the ladder on the other shoulder. So he's kind of like holding it like this.
Oh yes. If you're looking for further evidence, go to Big C.
Ooh. What?
We found something in the house, and I wouldn't want you to get in trouble.
Right. Thanks.
No
Thanks.
trouble.
And he just walks off looking rather confused.
Yeah, he didn't know we went in the house.
Yes, he did.
He knew that you went in the first time.
Yeah.
But,
True. Forgot about the second time.
yeah, but the
Yeah.
second time was the one where he went to sleep. Where
No,
he
wait,
got
I
put
forgot
to
about the
sleep.
first time. Remember the second time. Sorry.
Yeah, the first time was where you found out that Gregor had been killed by multiple stab wounds.
Yup.
Alright. As the Lord's Guards kind of disperse around the town with a large contingency of them heading towards the HQ, Erebus speaks up and goes, "Well, I should get back to the others. They're probably still waiting for us. We'll probably see you in the Plain Hunters Guild. After all, this is a complete contract after all."
Yep, probably. Take care of yourself and try not to trip into anything.
Try not to get people nearly killed. And he just walks away.
No promises.
The only people who will get nearly killed is ourselves.
You're out of earshot at this point. He is just gone.
See, I would have said that I would have put in a good word for him somewhere, but I actually can't remember his name anymore. It's like he just left, and it's gone. What was it? Asparagus?
I don't think we even asked it.
think it was Alabaster.
I just can't remember. Oh, well, I'm sure we'll see him again.
We can just call him Twig.
Twitchy.
Yes.
So it's night and you're all standing outside of Denlet's house. So it is yourselves, Oz, obviously Trufnar, and Harvey.
I think we should take Harvey back to McGilly now, actually. Yep. I mean, we're heading to the inn anyways.
Yeah, we need rest.
Power naps.
Alright. So, you all begin to make your way back to the hold, and as you do, Oz speaks up. Listen, if it's okay with you guys, the Plain Hunters Guild wanted me to just do a job, this job, and then I'd be free to go from them. So, if it's alright with you, I, want to get that done. So,
Oh.
I'll catch you guys sometime, alright?
Okay. I guess.
Such a shame.
He just gives a
Well,
respect.
take care of yourself.
Done pretty well so far. He just gives a respectful nod and starts heading off towards the Plain Hunters Guild. At this point, you hear Trofnot go, he was a right bastard, weren't he?
Yeah.
He actually seemed useful
Yeah.
for a thief.
And then you see Trofnot look around. Speaking of thieves, where's the other bloody one?
I don't know.
She's always disappearing.
Was she...
Yeah.
Did she join us in the cave?
I'm not sure.
I actually don't think
I'll choose
so.
with you.
Yeah. The only thing I got with me is this, and he points to the drift globe that's still following him.
Don't you ever... she'll probably turn up sometime.
Maybe. Whatever.
To be honest, I didn't really trust her that much.
Yeah. As I check my pockets.
You have all your gold still.
You still have all your gold. There is none that seems to have been swindled from yourselves. Alright, so you enter the Celestine Hold. It's a bit crowded, and as you enter, you do start to smell the telltale signs of Celestine fog start to gather around the town. So as you enter, you climb up the stairs to McGilly's room. You do find that it's open, and as you come in, you can see he is sitting up, and Claude is also there as well. As you all in says, "Oh, well, it's nice to see you all. You both.
We have a
You
surprise.
Then, as this happens, Harvey walks in, and you just see his face just drop in both joy and horror. Bloody hell, Harvey! What happened to you? Harvey just looks down and just says, "Structural integrity at 12%.
We tried to hold him together.
Yeah. The thunder cannon we found, but it wasn't in great condition, I think.
Well, the most important part is that he's alive. So, I guess a deal's a deal." And he kind of... What are you doing?
That sound?
Oh, sorry, I was trying to brush the rust off of a thing.
He reaches into his pouch and pulls out a large sack, and he throws it towards you, Nemesis. As you grab it, it is quite heavy, and you can hear the sound of coins hitting coins. And he indicates to the drift globe. Go ahead and keep that one as well. Think of that as my personal thanks for bringing him back alive.
I'd say it was no trouble, but it was a lot of trouble. But at least Harvey's back.
Yeah,
Yep.
and it's gonna take... It's gonna take a long time for us to get sorted here.
We also got kobold heads.
At this point, Claudia speaks up. Oh, well, you want to go to speak to G. She's taking up the night shift right now.
Okay.
We'll meet you there for the day shift.
Yeah, we need to get back one of our heads from the Lord Guard.
Why did you give them one of the heads?
They wanted proof.
Evidence.
Proof of what?
We know what they
Okay,
had
you're gonna
in
want to
it.
sit down for this. Yeah, it's a long story.
Alright, for the sake of brevity, we'll say that you basically
Yeah.
explain that you had been attacked by the Hobgoblin with the note, you had discovered about the murder, and you had eventually, you mentioned the books that you found, so at which point Claude says, the one that's in, what was it, Undercommon? Can I see that?
I'm sure. I pulled out the book because I had it.
Yeah. So she takes the book and starts like reading over it, and you just see her start to frown slightly. Talks about rituals. Talks about this she. Talks about its dogs. It's all really vague.
Yeah,
He himself was vague.
yeah. He mentioned a she, but never told us who that was.
He doesn't mention it in here either. Then she just sees she's very quickly like flicking through and kind of scanning through it. Mind if I keep this? This might be good for the Lord God.
Sure.
I suppose we don't really have anything to do with that sort of thing, so...
I mean, it goes into details about demonic rituals. That alone will get him behind bars if he was the cause of it.
Yeah, then we can go pick up a head.
I'll go to the Lord's Guard and tomorrow, and I'll hand this to him and get the head from you for it. Don't worry about it. It was only the one you gave him, yeah?
Yep, we have the other 3 here.
Alright, and she just writes it down on another notebook that she's got. Okay, I'll be sure to put that one in. Okay. Well, I've been here a bit too long. I need to get back to G to make sure everything's okay. Also, your friend, the one that tends to stay away, she came by as well. Just when I was going off for my shift.
Oh,
She-
the one that constantly disappears.
Yeah, we were wondering where she went.
Well, she came to say that she wanted to be removed from your group. She said that she had her own business to deal with and she wouldn't be able to assist. I asked if she wanted to leave a message, and she just said goodbye.
Oh.
Doesn't even wish us luck, and she knows we need that.
And here I thought we were actually becoming friends.
The only person that needs luck is the bard.
Hey, I'm still alive, so I consider that lucky enough.
Huh.
Anyway, I need to get back to the post. It's been a long day. And she just looked at McGilly. Don't push yourself. For the love of God, don't push yourself. She just steps up and walks away. At this point, McGilly's like, just says, "So, what's your plan now then?"
I don't know about you, but I need some sleep.
I mean, after that.
Oh,
See where our next adventure takes us, that's what.
yep.
Well, I'm certainly wondering who this she is, but I doubt we'll get any answers soon.
Oh, you won't get anything here, that's for sure. You're best off looking for one of the cities that, like, deals more with the religious stuff.
Hmm.
The nearest...
Wait, there's a church here.
no. ironically, the only person that really gets involved with the religious stuff is Greg. And he just mainly does the burials. We bury people at sea. Yeah.
He's an undertaker.
For the most part, yeah. You're best off looking through one of the major cities. There's Huan, which is a couple of days past here. It's fairly close to Jurhan, so if you don't have any luck there, you can always head there. The other place you might want to go... Exeter's probably your next best bet. That's right on the edge of the forest here.
And would that be away from Jurahan?
It's the furthest one, yeah. It's sort of... From Jurhan, it's like several days south and then east. But it's definitely the closest between here and you know, between Pterodon's Crossing and the towns. Exeter's the closest. It'll take you about 3 days by horse, more or less, depending on what's through the forest.
Well, we can at least afford a horse now.
Oh,
If
yes,
you're planning to leave, then there's also one other thing I want to give you. It just kind of indicates to his wounds and Harvey. It's gonna take a while for me and Harvey to get ourselves back to peak performance, so we're gonna be here for a little bit.
Be right back.
Alright. So, here, and he kind of reaches into his pouch and pulls out a scroll and hands it to you. It's,
Alright.
not the most up-to-date one, but it'll do its job.
Alright, kind of examine the scroll.
Alright, so, as you open up the scroll, you are greeted with... Let's pull it over here. With this. And you realize that what you are staring at, once it loads up for you guys, it might take a while, that you are staring at a map of the continent of Ansor.
Oh, hey. We kind of needed this, considering...
Here's Pterodon's Crossing, alright.
It doesn't have, like, the really minor settlements, only the ones that the kingdom decided was worthwhile to put on there, but it should make it work. Exeter is partially in the forest nearby, as I said, the Slovak forest.
Yep.
But in terms of, like, big cities, that's probably going to be your best bet.
Hmm. I do see it. I don't think we should head to Platinum Hold.
Are you sure about that?
At this point, Trofnar speaks up. Platinum Hold's one of the dwarven cities.
Hmm.
It's not part of the kingdom of Jurhan, but it is part of the dwarven ones. So
I see. Would we be welcome there, or would people look at us weird?
Don't they always look at us weird, though?
I mean
weirder than normal.
Platinum Hold. The dwarven kingdoms have a bit of a. It's weird. You two, and he points to you and Evelyn. I mean, you two aren't from Ansor, are you? You're from Naza?
Yeah.
Naza, just so you're aware, Evelyn, is the other continent. The one that's nearby.
Yes.
Yep.
Then, I know there's a... I don't know if it's Platinum Hold, but I know there's a dwarven clan in there that originated from Naza, so... They don't mind so much. Just a handful of the cities you gotta be careful of. But Platinum Hold is, and he indicates the map, that is all the way down here. That is a long, bloody trek, let me tell you.
I mean, I'm sure that we could go on this long journey.
I'm not. Considering how... Considering our luck as of late.
McGilly speaks up on this one. I don't know what business you got there in Platinum Hole, but I'm just saying for what you were saying about that she thing or whatever, I'd at least stop off. If you plan on going to Platinum Hole, or if you're not, I'd say go to Exeter first. That's kind of a branch way. You can head to Platinum Hole there, or you can go to Keonth and from there Jurhon, or you can head south past the Blood Sands to Delcross or to Bulatras. Exeter's quite a... It's a good area to branch off on.
I see.
Why is it called the Blood Sand?
We probably don't want to know. Or we don't want to visit.
There's nothing wrong with visiting it, but it's similar to the Crimson Plains. The Pterodont War, basically. It's named the Blood Sands because that was where the Nazar invasion force came through. The other place was near Carp Harbor. And that's where the bloodiest of battles. They say that at the end of it, the sands were permanently stained red with blood.
Oh, that sounds like a lovely tourist destination.
It kind of is. Many people make the pilgrimage there every anniversary.
Well then.
But at the same time, due to the amount of blood, it's quite a dangerous place there. Lots of, beasties that kind of feed on that stuff.
Vampires?
Not vampires per se, but I've been on a few hunts there. It's not a nice place.
Oh, thank God.
What, are you afraid of a vampire?
They're undead, blood-sucking creatures.
Can't be scarier than a live blood-sucking creature. So,
Yes, let's not talk about one of my friends like that, okay?
Okay then. I don't know who would know who's blood sucking. Anyways, why don't we discuss this in the morning?
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
After all, we're all very, very exhausted.
Oh, one more thing as well. I know he's been destroyed and everything, but how badly destroyed was 05?
Like, sliced in half, kind of. Looks irreparable, but I'm not good with machines, kind of.
Shit. Here's a big question. Did you get anything from inside of him? That'll give me a good idea.
I think we did?
I believe I did. And I will take the little
Doohickey,
thing
which you don't know.
out of my bag, the doohickey.
You
The
got
thingy that does the thing.
You got one of his gyroscopes. Fuck. Okay. Alright. That's all I need to know.
I'll just kind of hand it to him.
He pouches back. Just keep it. I can't make any use of it.
Alright then. Do you want the parts salvaged? Or
I'll have a look at it myself when I'm able to work, or I'll have Harvey get it for me.
I'd say to get it quickly. We caught someone trying to steal from his body recently.
Harvey? Just Harvey nods and instantly walks off.
Hi, Harvey.
You see that Harvey's left the thunder cannon. Oh, and this thunder cannon's broke. It's a shit day.
He shot something with it, though.
The guy looks at it again and he's like, how the bloody hell do you fire with it like this?
Because he's Harvey.
As he starts fiddling with the gun itself, was there anything different about him afterwards? I know he went absolutely berserk when I went down.
Well, he tried to kill a man.
And his failsafe didn't go off.
No,
No.
he seems to be a little bit smarter than normal.
Yeah.
He seems to have achieved a new level of sentience.
He's nice and emotional.
What level? How?
Like, it appears that he has his own desires now, I suppose.
His
Like,
face
he
just...
refused to go back to you, and he insisted on
Completing the mission.
You
Yes.
just watch as a large smile just spring out from McGilly's face, and then he just winces. It hurts to smile. That is okay. That's gonna take an even longer break then, because I gotta get that failsafe off him then. Great. Okay.
He did seem to be persuaded to not murder the drow we found, though.
All the more reason to get that failsafe off him then. If he can be reasoned with, if he's got his own free will, even rudimentally as it is, having that failsafe is just going to be a hindrance to him. It's a risk.
True.
He could go berserk and stay like that, and the failsafes ain't going to stop him, but I'll take that risk.
Harvey's a good boy.
Yeah.
I'm sure he
He's
will.
the best.
Well then, if that's everything, if it's okay with you, I've had a hell of an emotional day mentally, so I'd like some sleep.
Yep.
We've had a day physically, so we completely understand.
I can tell you all look like you're fit to drop, except that one over there. And he points to Troughnell.
Lucky bastard.
Oh, it's not my fault, princess. You're the one that decided to go in by yourself.
Well, true, I can handle myself.
Ah, clearly. And he just walks out.
Just kiss already.
And you watch as well as the drift globe once again just tries to fall and bumps to the corner and falls on the ground and goes out. You might
Poor
need to
Kirby.
teach him that properly.
Yeah. He's like a neglectful parent.
He'll get it eventually.
I'll just kind of pick the orb up.
Yep. Alright, so. As you all, it is just where it is 2 copper a night to sleep. So,
Yep.
We can afford 2 copper, that's fine.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that is 8 copper, so if you're paying it, then, you know, obviously, if one person's paying for you, or if you're all paying, make the necessary calculations that you need.
Okay.
Well, we could split it up, guys, to one room, girls to the other room.
Alright, yeah, that's fine. So
Yeah.
that would be 4 copper?
That would be 4 copper.
Yeah.
Yep, alright, I'll pay
Alright.
for the girls.
Aww. Much love.
Okay.
I'll pay for the other people.
Okay, so go ahead and make the necessary calculations. Remember, 10 copper is 1 silver, 10 silver is 1 gold. 10 gold is 1 platinum.
Okay,
Well-
so
And also,
how
Nancy,
much
as you look
money
inside the
do we
bag,
have, McGilly?
yeah, you count up the money and find that there is 100 gold in there.
Alright then. 100 gold. So there's just 4 of us now, right?
Just
yes.
4.
So everyone gets 25.
Alright then. Do.
Make it rain.
That's going to be very painful rain.
Alright, so 59 gold pieces for me. Alright.
Alright, so I'm at 43.
Let me see what I'm gonna be at now, because now I'm not gonna be poor, or like as dirt poor.
I'll let you guys do your little math here as I just narrate
I
this
have
stuff.
28.
Okay.
Look at you. You're getting back from the poor.
Alright,
Yep.
so, eventually, sleep takes you, and without incident, and as you rise in the morning, you can see there is once again a thick layer of Celestine fog around. So, what do you do?
Do we still have our gas masks that we borrowed?
You didn't necessarily have a gas mask, it was more like a rag that you just tied around your face, and you still, unless
Yeah.
you said that you threw them away, you've still got them.
Yeah, I don't remember throwing the bag away.
Well, at least we can breathe a bit easier now.
I need to delete the odd device from my inventory.
Yep.
Well, I'm just going to eat one of my rations.
No, you're not having a meal in the inn?
Fine, yeah, I'll actually have the in meal. I'll keep my bread for later.
Okay, so let me just pull up the shop list for Pterodon's Crossing, because I have all this stuff. So a meal at the inn is 4 copper. 4 copper if you're going for meats, 3 if you're going for veg.
Yeah, 4 for the meat.
Alright,
And I'll do 3 for the veg, so I'll pay for both our meals with a silver piece.
Yay. Thanks.
alright. That's 7 copper, so you get 3 copper back.
Yay!
What's a big buff silver puff gonna eat?
Clearly nothing, because it's not up to our standards.
Unfortunately, I've had to deal with that. And I will eat as well.
You're getting 2 meats, aren't you? Because you're big.
So what? Alright, how much is that?
So it's 4 copper per meal, so
So
If
that
you
would
go-
be
if you go for
if you
meats.
get 2.
if you're getting 2, that's 8 copper.
Can I just give them a silver? Would that work?
Yeah, they give you 2 copper back.
Alright then.
And Trofnar also has meat and also some ale. Specifically 2 ales. So that's a silver piece that he gives to him.
Steak and ale.
Yeah, he's
Ale
not
and
here, so I'll friggin' do that stuff.
It was 4 copper for the meat meal, right?
Yeah, 4 copper for the meat, 3 for the veg.
I'll pay 4 copper and send 1 up to our hurt friend.
Alright, go ahead and knock another 4 copper off.
Alright, I got it.
Alright.
That's right.
So, the meal is, I mean, it's not spectacular. I mean, this side of the continent in a town this small, it's not amazing, but it's still relatively good. It's nicely cooked. Seems to be rather fresh. There's quite a few bits of fish in there, given the location. But eventually you finish your meal, and you actually hear loud footsteps stomping by, and you can see, once again, there's Harvey. And he just stops, looks at you, and just actually gives a wave before heading out towards outside, basically.
Yay, he likes us.
Well, he did say we were friends, so.
Well, yeah, but it's always nice to be waved at by a friend.
True.
Okay, so what are you all doing then?
Well, I believe that we should continue the discussion of where we are going next.
Yeah. Okay, so. Seems next to her they want us to go to, which I guess we can stop by before going to Platinum Hold.
I'll pull up the map for you guys again. There you go.
Or we can go from Exeter to maybe then stop off at that Kiana place. And then from there we can go to Jirhan.
I think that since they said that it would be best to go to Exeter and then or platinum hold, we should just go down that path instead, find what we're looking for first.
Yeah.
We wouldn't want to be distracted.
I'd like to see the
True.
blood sands.
Apparently the blood sands, well, there's a path that leads around it from Platinum Hold, but I think the path that goes to Platinum Hold, we go from X-Star down through it to Platinum Hold, so we'll be skipping Bolatros, whatever that is.
So just so you're aware with the map, this area also leads into Platinum Hold, so basically you can enter Platinum Hold from 2 different sides.
Yeah.
Like a path through the mountains.
Yup.
As far as you're aware.
Country roads, take me home to
West Virginia.
mountain.
Oh, I would like to
mama.
stop by the blacksmith before we leave.
Alright, so by
Okay.
Topaz.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright, are we settled then? We're going to Exeter. I can't. Exeter
Yeah.
first.
Yep.
Alright then. I suppose I can live with that.
And I just broke a shell. I'm now sad.
Can we try
Sorry.
following the coast to at least not go into the forest again, though? I don't want to fight another bugbear.
Well, you didn't fight the bugbear in the forest, you fought it at Old Pterodon Crossing. You never actually went into the forest.
There were
Yep.
trees.
Yeah, Old Pterodon's Crossing is roughly where Pterodon's Crossing itself is, which is why it's not on the map. So you never actually went into the forest, and because you and Delsin came from Naza, you never went through the forest.
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah, we came across the sea somewhere.
Alright, so where are you guys heading first then?
The blacksmith, Topaz.
Alright. So, as you head through to the town, it's very dark, and you do hear the guards occasionally yell out, their mouths muffled by what appears to be a similar kind of rag that everything's all clear. You eventually make it to the blacksmith, and the door's closed, but as you knock and kind of push on it, it is open. And over by the forge, you can see Topaz is currently working on what appears to be that Krufix pick, or whatever it was that she was working on. And then as you arrive, she just says, "Oh, well, howdy, welcome back."
Hi, Topaz.
Howdy.
Bye.
So, what brings y'all here then?
I'm looking for a trident. Do you have anything?
Trident.
Or spear.
Spears.
No,
Spears. I
trident.
have. I have a spear. Yeah. Let me just. And she kind of just stands up and just walks into the back, and you just hear some rummaging around, and then she comes out carrying what appears to be a. It looks a bit more like a javelin, but it has a large tip at the front of it. This spear is one that was intended for Lord's Guard, but they didn't really want it anymore, so they gave it back to me. So I've got this.
Usable. How much would you be looking for it?
It's not very difficult to make these. It's only a gold.
Got any
Yeah.
more?
I think I might have 1 or 2 more spears. They're not as fancy as this one, but they're still the same price at 1 gold.
Take the fancy spear.
I'll take the fancy one and an extra one.
Alright, and she just hands you the first spear before she goes back in. She goes, "This one, it's got a bit more of an arrowhead tip, but a long arrowhead tip, but it's still essentially a spear. Here you go," and she takes 2 gold from you.
Well, you guys can't lose me in a crowd now because they're probably taller than I am.
The spears are roughly about 6 feet, give or take. So they're a little. So they're roughly a little bit, about a head or two taller than you, I'd say. I don't know how tall your character is, so.
Perfect.
Can I look to see if I can find a short bow?
Looking at Topaz's wares, there appears to not be a short bow. There don't appear to be any. So the only thing that you can see that's close to that is like parts of a crossbow, but you don't see any like bow weapons.
Is it a light crossbow?
It's not a complete crossbow. It's but you can ask if she's got a crossbow.
Okay.
I do happen to have a crossbow. It's the only one I've got, and it's quite a big one. That's going to run you, if you want it, about 75 gold.
I don't think I can use a large crossbow like that.
It's not like... let me just... And she kind of just walks back into the back of the shop and carries out a crossbow. You can see it's not a hand crossbow, it's a light crossbow. But you can see, obviously, it appears to be well built. It has... Yeah, as far as you can see, it definitely looks like a good crossbow.
God, I wish I had the money for that.
I do apologize, but these things aren't exactly the easiest to make. It's the contraption part that's a real pain in the ass.
Yeah. Oh well.
But if you're looking for range weapons, you can always try the lumber mill. I know Benton tends to have a few bows and arrows.
Mm-hmm. I guess I could work.
And
I can try it.
And she just kind of places the crossbow on the table. Is there anything else I might be able to help you with?
I think I'm good, so.
Yeah.
Alright, well, thank you for your services. And she just heads back to the forge and starts continually working on the Kerfix pick.
Yeah.
Oh, she's still working on that.
Yep.
Yeah.
It looks like it's near completion at this point. She's got it like onto a sturdy like stick, and so she sees she's like gently trying to like carve it into something that's sharp, and also treat it with. You're not sure what. You're not really a blacksmith, and you're not really sure how you would actually turn a monster part into a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
But
Magic and forging.
But for what you can see, it looks like it's close to completion.
I'll just kind of pat Delson's shoulder and say, hopefully that doesn't go into your neck again.
Yeah, hopefully.
Alright. I suppose our next stop would be off to Claudia.
Yeah.
So
Gotta
you
turn in all that stuff.
okay?
Yeah.
So you
We gotta get ahead.
So you make your way over to the Plain Hunters Guild, and inside you can see Claudia is there, just what appears to be writing something up on a bit of parchment. As you come in, she looks at us. Oh, you guys! It's good to see you back.
Everything okay?
Just... I gave the book to the Lord's Guard, and now I've got to file these reports and all that stuff for him. It's fine. It's fine, it's fine. Essentially, they just want a translation of it. That's what I'm doing. Give them a quick little rundown of it.
Ah.
Alright, we came here to turn in all of these heads, complete the contract, things like that.
Right,
Yep.
okay. So I did get the one head back from the Lord's Guard. So that is one right there. How many more do you have?
I have 3, and I dropped them onto the counter.
And you can see at this point, because they've been basically left to the elements overnight, they are showing slight signs of decomposition. It just goes, right, okay. So that
Those in your bag rotting?
you might want to get something.
Yeah,
out
you
of
might
it.
want to wash that bag out.
Yeah, it'll get washed.
Okay, well, and she pulls out the contract again. So let's see. So the reward was that much for each hunter, and an additional 5 per head. Reputation points, all that stuff, additional awards. So that would be. And she just like points, starts muttering numbers as she points at each of you. Okay, there we go. And she pulls out a sack of gold and just places it down. There we go. In total, there is 140 gold between the 4 of you. And that is also, because you killed kobolds, just kobolds, so they're not very low rank. But that's an additional 6 points to your hunter rank, so...
There's another 35 for each of us.
Yay.
Alrighty, and that's the reputation points put in as well. Alrighty, so I think that's... Yeah, that's the contract complete then. Shartif have already came to claim their reward as well. Alright, so what do you guys do now? You're just standing in the Hunters Guild currently.
I'm doing math.
There was a
Yeah.
quest board around here, right?
Quest board.
But we're heading out.
Yeah, but we can see if there's anything on the way.
True.
In terms of stuff for the Plate Hunters, currently Sharpteeth already did that Basilisk contract, so there's currently nothing at the moment. We haven't had any reports of anything.
Do you have people outside of Teardown's Crossing?
Of course, we got guilds, holds all over the place. Exeter, Narl, Kianf, Jerhan, Bulatas, Platinum Hall, even. Basically, if it's a big enough city, we have basically a hold there.
Oh, hey. We're heading off in those directions.
Anyone in particular? I might be able to send a message to let them know. I mean, we've sent out the communications that you've all been part of the guild and such. But I can let them know if one of you is particularly coming.
Well, we're heading to Exeter next.
Exeter! Right, yeah, I know. So they've added a few new people there recently. I believe the one that's been there the longest is Turalf. Very easy to spot him. He's a tiefling. He has sort of like a bluish peach skin, blood red horns. Most noble thing, if you struggle to find even that, he's got a fake hand.
Oh. I see then.
Is it golden?
No, it's solid iron. But from what I've seen, it hurts. Hurts the people he's hitting, not him himself. He seems to be quite happy with it, honestly.
BRB.
Okay.
Alright, we will be sure to keep that in mind then. Just kind of scribbling.
Always take notes.
Always. And take notes we are.
Well, you got a channel in the Discord for notes specifically.
Mm-hmm. But remember to always have private notes too.
Yeah. Alright, so...
Alright, well, we are waiting on the bard.
Also updated, Samuel no longer owes us a head.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I suppose we should figure out how we're getting to Exeter.
I would suggest it's not the best of routes, but it's far quicker than going around it. If you just head through the forest, it's not very, like, well paved, and it's crowded, and obviously bandits have made a home in there every now and then. But if you receive a gift from the forest, accept it, and the forest may help you. That's all I'm gonna say about it.
You act as if the forest has a brain.
The forest clearly does.
It doesn't, but let's just say I've paid my respects to the forest, and it's kept me safe in those trips. And the times that it ain't, just kick the shit out of whatever comes for you.
Well, I'm not sure I believe in blessings of the forest, but certainly would explain a lot.
Alright. So I know we're still waiting for Bardman, but just to check if there's anything else that you all are intending to do.
To the stables.
Alright, so to Big Z.
We could probably afford like one horse, dude.
Alright, so you all head towards the stables, and you can see Big Z is once again outside, just what appears to be just shoveling some hay into the various, where the horses are. And as you approach, he kind of just like puts the pitchfork down, just like says, "Oh, hey, it's you all. I'm not in trouble again, am I?"
No, not at all.
Good, because Gyps ripped my head off.
Your head doesn't look ripped off, though.
Figuratively, not literally. Lots of yelling. Basically, put it that way.
Well, we apologize for getting you into trouble, but you were very helpful.
It's fine. It's I heard that they caught the guy that killed Gregor, so
We caught him.
That's I'm glad of that. I'm glad now. I don't feel as shitty. Still shitty, but not as shitty.
Well, maybe it would make you feel even less shitty if we were to buy one of your horses.
Just a horse, not a horse and a cart, or a horse and a wagon, or...
Well, how much would it be for a horse and a wagon? Or a horse and a cart?
It depends on the horse that you're getting. And as for the cart, I can probably sell you one of the older ones for about 15 gold. It'll be a bit of a tight squeeze for all of you to sit in it, but you should be able to sit.
Okay,
One of
would
us
I
could always
miss?
ride the horse. We're buying a horse and a cart.
Yeah.
As for a horse, I mean, I've got 2 horses, a pack donkey, and a pony.
We'd need one that could make it through the forest.
Oh, they can all make it through the forest.
One
Some
that is
mountains?
sturdy enough.
You're probably wanting a pack donkey then. They're not as fast as a normal horse, but they can obviously haul a lot more. They're more for endurance. I mean, if you want, you can always hook up a normal horse, but, you know. It's entirely down to you. The pack donkey's good if you're just going alongside it. With the horse, you could hook up the cart, and it probably won't complain as much as a donkey.
True.
I feel like a horse may be better if we're using a cart.
Alright, so
Yeah.
as I said, I got 2 of them available. They're rather old, but they're still good at what they do. They're 75 gold each.
Alright.
Well, if we all pitch in,
Yeah, how are we going to do that?
well, I'll pay 20. I'll give 25.
Alright, so 25. What about you, Evelyn? Evie something.
I'll throw in my fair share, 25.
Two. Okay, so
I'm never going to get my book.
5.
Drofton speaks up. I'll put in 15 for the cart, and
Okay, so if we each give 25, except for Trofnar, which is 15,
Mhm.
we actually pay for 1 horse and a cart,
Yep.
which would be 90 gold in total.
and then Topaz speaks up. And also because you kinda, I'll also throw in some horse feed for you.
Really?
Yeah, free of charge. They're normally 5 copper each, so I'll give you 10 days worth of food for it. The trip could be a bit much, so just as a thanks for well, basically sorting this out, I'll throw in 10 days of horse food for you.
Alright, then I will make sure to add that into my inventory right now.
Horse food is £10.
Yep.
It's 10 pounds. Okay.
It's a lot of horse food, man.
Horse
Yeah.
gotta eat.
Yeah.
Yep. Aside, you have to balance it out. Hay, grasses, maybe an occasional apple or two. Not too much, though. Not that good for them. As well as get them a salt lick.
Oh, wait, no, it's £10 for 10 days of food, even. So each one's like £1 of food.
Yeah.
So it's 5 copper for 10 days worth of food, basically.
Alright, then.
Oh, wow.
That's for a horse, anyway. All right, stay here and actually, no. Whichever one of you, go ahead and choose which one of the 2 horses, and she kind of just heads over to the further stables and kind of opens up.
I'm
You
just
can
gonna dart
I
in.
go. I run
No,
after
me,
her.
Me,
Following.
me.
I'm going to.
I want
So,
to pet the pony.
so you see, so as you walk by, you do see the pony. It is a small, like tan-colored with like a blonde mane and such.
Is it
it's just
Shetland?
no, it is not a Shetland pony. It is just a regular pony.
Pony.
We only have one person that could use a pony.
True.
So I assume you, as you are walking on by, you give the pony a little pat, and it seems to be
Yeah.
fine with that. Until eventually you come up to the 2 stables, and you see Big C kind of just step up, climb up on a small ladder, and pull the 2 like top doors out. You can see, looking in, you can see on one side is a grey, horse with a grey mane, and also a blonde, like the bit on the back that's on the neck and such. And the other one, you can see it's a chestnut brown with a black mane horse. But you can see it's got 2 white socks on the front.
Oh, we gotta
Oh,
get
I-
that one.
It looks like the old horse from where I came from.
Kind of like gonna pet them both.
Okay. And they both seem to take the petting, although the grey one kind of like just flicks his head a bit every now and then. So, the grey one is called Elizabeth, and the brown one is called Brutus. I'll let you choose which one you want.
Oh. Just kind of gushing over horses.
Brutus
Well,
definitely
princess?
seems very strong.
Well, he used to be, apparently, I don't know this, he wasn't here when this happened, but apparently he was used for Lord God patrols, like one of the Lord God used to own him. Don't know which, though.
Wow. Oh wow, he has quite a pedigree then.
Apparently he got rid of him because apparently it wasn't up to scratch, wasn't a standard issue horse.
Aw.
Now Elizabeth's just a wild horse that was tamed and brought in.
I see. I'm gonna hold my hand to Brutus.
Yes, let's see which one is more comfortable with us.
Yep.
You find that Elizabeth seems a bit skittish, but does eventually like sniff your hand and such, and Bruce just kind of like just gently like nuzzles into her hand. Best he can to the horse.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of like Elizabeth.
Yes, but she does seem a bit jumpy. We might encounter things that aren't for the faint of heart.
Yep.
True, but if she's a little skittish, she may get us away faster than it can catch us.
Or, she could knock us off and run away herself.
Fair enough.
We'd have a lost horse, and that would make me very sad.
Lost horse and cart, remember you guys, because you said you're gonna essentially attach it to them to the cart.
So, Brutus, do you want to come with us?
What is he, a Pokemon? You want to come with me, Brutus?
You watch as Sopaz kind of like cups her hand and goes, I would love to join you all, people. Sorry. It's just like, I've never seen people do that before. So, is it Brutus that you want then?
Yes.
Yes, I think so.
Alright, yes. He just kind of opens the lower part, and Bruce kind of like just stands there, and before she just grabs some reins and puts them on. It's a little difficult given her size, but she's able to like loop the reins on and just kind of, she has to tug a bit, which again, it's kind of comical seeing a small halfling trying to tug this large horse. But eventually Brutus follows, and she hands the reins to you, Nemesis. I'll get the cart. And she runs off behind the back of the stable.
It's been so long.
A couple of minutes later, you start to hear like the sound of wheels spinning, like they stop and start, and you just see a cart just kind of like slowly roll forward, stop, roll forward and stop. You can see like eventually you see Bigsy round just like with her back to it, just pushing, doing her feet, just like.
Can I go help out?
Yeah. So you help out and move the cart, and it's a relatively smallish cart. It's about 3 feet wide by about 5 or 6 feet long. So it's enough that you can all fit in, but including your stuff, it would get a bit cramped, at least width-wise.
We can at least make it comfy.
Yeah. And so as you eventually do that, she kind of like beckons to you and says, "Alright, bring Bruce over here, we'll hook him up to the carts."
Alright, I'll kind of guide him over.
Yeah, and he seems to be apprehensive to begin with, but after a slight talk, he just starts following. And then eventually, like, with a bit of adjustment, it takes about 20 to 30 minutes, but eventually you're able to get him, like, harnessed up and attach the cart to him. Right, I think that'll be everything then. Let me get the food. And she once again runs around back to the stable, the back of the stable, and she's kind of carrying a large sack of gold. And comparatively, she's handling this one pretty well. Like she is straining a little bit, but she's still like walking fine. And just like throws this large sack into the back. Okay. All right. Well, I think that's everything then. Is it?
Mm-hmm. I will go ahead and give her the money.
Thank you. And she just like, she kind of looks at the place it and just like holds onto it. Thanks again for what you've done, and wherever you're heading to, good luck. I gotta put this away. And she starts heading off towards her little house on the side.
Be careful not to trip.
Oh, don't worry, I'll go. And she just kind of, as she spins around, she kind of trips. She digs into a sort of bit of it's kind of muddy, so she kind of her foot catches on a little bit of where Brutus had actually like stepped into the dirt and kind of falls. She like falls flat on her back. She's like, I'm okay. She just like rolls. You can see her back is entirely covered in dirt as she just like walks up, kind of like a lot slower now, just looking downwards. But she keeps walking.
I'm going to
Pixie.
Yep. I'm going to go check the lumber mill to try and finally get that bow.
Alright. So as you all prepare to leave, Delson, you head to the lumber mill. You can see it is mostly... It seems to be rather quiet, but you can see a gentleman. It looks to be an elf with brown hair, dark blue-eyed. His skin is brown and weathered, almost like bark. But as you approach, he like says, "Oh, hello! Yes, how can I help you?"
Hello, do you by any chance have some bows?
I do have indeed some bows. No arrows, unfortunately. I just got bought out of them a couple of days ago, but I do have a bow.
Okay.
Which one are you looking for? A short bow or a long bow?
Bobo.
I'll take a short bow.
Alright, so a short bow is, given the nature of the wood and all that stuff, that's 25 gold for a short bow.
Okay, I can handle that.
Alright, and he kind of just reaches over and lifts up this bow. You can see it's rather beautifully made. It has like a nice sheen on it. It has a, what appears to be, it's more like a cloth grip around it, but you can see it's also got leather, like keeping it pinned to the wood. He like pulls back on the bowstring. You see it bends back a bit, but as he lets go, it kind of, goes back into place, and he just looks at it and hands it to you while taking the gold from you.
Oh, nice. Nice. I shall put it on my back happily.
Alright, thank you for your patronage then, unless you want anything else.
Well, I would have asked for some arrows, but considering you're out...
Yeah, Human Girl ended up buying it from me a few days ago.
Oh, yeah, she was in our group, but then she left unexpectedly.
Black hair, has like a bear cloak on?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that bought him.
Yeah. Damn.
I mean, if you're willing to wait a few days, I do have some arrows that I'm working on, but Topaz is a bit busy with another job, so I've got to wait until that's done before I can order more arrowheads.
Yeah, I'm sorry, we're taking off, though.
Alright, you got better luck probably with some of the other cities.
Yeah.
They probably have a bigger production line than we do.
Hopefully I can find some somewhere, too.
Just give it a try. Narol, I know, has a couple.
Really?
Yeah, they tend to, because of the Crimson Plains, they tend to favour arrows, bow and arrow, as their hunting tools. So they're a good one. They're up north.
Ah. Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Alright. So you head back, and at this point you've all, you've kind of gotten the hang of moving Brutus around in the cart. And so with that, you're all saddled up. What do you do? Where's your destination and how are you going to it?
I suppose we are going through the forest, like Claudia said. Always a good idea.
Yep.
Alright, who is driving the horse?
Princess.
Alright, if that's the case then, MC, I want you to make an animal handling check.
Animal handling?
Yep. Brutus seems a bit apprehensive, but you're able to kind of coax him into moving forward. And as he eventually starts walking, he kind of gets more comfortable and starts going at a leisurely pace. So how quickly are you traveling? Are you traveling like normal pace? Are you traveling slowly? Are you traveling at a fast pace?
Well,
I think a slower pace would be good to start off with him.
Yeah.
So a slow pace is basically human walking speed. So that's about 3 miles an hour. So at the most you can, without running the risk of like, well, no, you can keep up. You can go about 3 miles. You'll go 3 miles an hour basically. Normal speed is 6, and go fast speed is 9. Yeah, just so you're aware, just for scale with the map, each one of these squares is 150 miles.
Oh wow.
Oh boy.
it's gonna take a while.
Yeah,
Guess
so
we'll go
so you look if you go into Exeter, you're looking at 3 days travel, roughly. Again, it's 450 miles. So 450. You know, just figure out how many miles you're going to travel a day, and then divide that. Should be about 3, if I remember correctly.
I mean, I think we're fine going normal speed for now.
So that's
Yeah.
6 miles,
Normal speed.
and,
We're
and how many hours are you going to be traveling as well each day?
what time is it right now?
It's early morning currently.
Okay.
I'd
Then
say
I'd say
maybe 12 hours a day.
So 12 hours a day. So essentially you'll be making 72 hours a day. So it'll take you about a week to get to Exeter,
Alright, yeah.
with
Okay.
the majority of that in the forest.
Joy.
Alright, so if that's the case, who's going to take a look out for the first day?
I'll do it.
Alright, make a perception check.
Okay. Luck,
Instead
don't
of
fail
Hydra.
me.
Oh,
Natural 20. So as you will say, just because obviously it's a week's travel and such, as you make your way through, you end the day roughly on the outskirts of the forest. You don't find anything that could potentially be a threat. There doesn't appear to be anything, and the fog does clear. So you set up camp at the edge of the forest.
I found some potatoes.
Hey, we can use potatoes.
Yep.
So yeah, so you set up camp at the outskirts of the forest. So is anyone taking first watch?
I guess I will.
Okay, perception check.
Perception, don't fail me now.
Wait.
All right, and because you're an elf, you don't actually need to sleep, don't you? You just need to meditate for 4 hours. Is that right? Is that the trait that the elves have?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Also, I think I still have advantage on sleep state.
Yeah.
On sleep
I need
spells.
to be
Yeah.
semi-unconscious for the 4 hours.
Yeah, I mean, for those 4 hours, you're essentially going to be just focusing on the meditating, so it's essentially you're asleep more than anything. You just actually like eyes closed, snoring, kind of sleeping. All right, and who's taking the second watch?
I guess I will take second.
All right, go ahead and make a perception check.
Oh boy. This is gonna be... Considering I already got a high roll, I'm going to roll low. What did I say?
You don't see
No,
anything.
that's
You pass through the first night without incident.
You found leaves.
Oh, I got a rock.
So, the next 2 or 3 days, you begin to make your way into the forest. The thing that you notice is, as is mentioned, the forest is incredibly cramped. You're basically going by very worn-in animal trails, and it is bumpy, it is rough, it is... Oftentimes you are nearly plunged into complete darkness as these large trees, 20, 30, 40 feet high, just cover the entire sky. For the sake of brevity, for the next 2 or 3 days, who is making the lookouts? both in the night and for wherever, and just make a perception roll there. We'll count this as the 2 or 3 days. I know that.
I guess I'll give it a shot again.
Alright, go ahead and roll a perception check.
Should we have Trotnar also look out?
We should.
Yeah, I'll roll for Trafnar.
He gets no free passes.
Mountain road, take me home to the place
Alright.
we get attacked. West Virginia.
Okay, so...
I really hate you.
So, on the 4th day, you come to a slight opening, and you can see a rather large pathway. It doesn't appear to be an animal trail. This one seems to be more like it's been deliberately created. You see that it branches outwards. You see one goes to the north and one goes to the south. You're not too sure, but judging by the map, it appears that you're at a crossroad where you would either go towards Naral or Exeter.
I guess we're going south, I think. Am I holding this map correctly?
Go in the right direction.
I mean, you can roughly tell from the map that you have been heading west because you've been following the pathway well enough. You did get lost a few times due to the perception checks, but you were able to find your way back onto the normal pathway. And you can tell because this path is, like, compared to yours, which is just an animal trail, this is more of a dirt path, but it's clearly one that's been, like, deliberately made.
Do I recognize this path and, like, know where to go?
Did you go directly through the forest, or did you skirt around the edges?
I actually need to check our thing because I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure you said that you skirted around the edges.
Country road, take me home. I swear if that ends up being the freaking
Yeah, I
title.
skirted. Alright, yeah.
So you have no idea.
Alright, yeah.
Alright, so...
I say we go south.
Alright, yes, that looks like the correct way at least.
Yep, unless we're holding this upside down.
If it's
don't
wrong,
think
we
we
can
are,
always
though.
find something interesting.
Alright, so you guys take the left turn, believing this to be south, since going by the map you have been heading west. So for this bit of the journey, I want whoever is on lookout to make a perception check.
I'll
Who here
do
has
it.
the highest perception?
Oh,
Yeah.
whoever has the highest perception.
Yeah. Obviously,
Let me
except
be
for
looking for my
Nemesis, because
perception
Nemesis is dealing with Brutus. Yeah, making sure that Brutus is going the right
Yeah,
way.
my perception's a +2.
Mine's at a 5. I guess I'll take the perception check.
Okay.
Alright, Jesus, take the wheel.
Can he help for advantage there?
Yeah.
Sure.
I shall help.
Watch you nat one.
Eh.
Nope.
Yay!
So as you travel on for the next day, as you come to a stop to camp for what is hopefully the final day, you, Evelyn, as you look around, you can see what appears to be a horn on the ground, like a ram horn, just a singular ram horn.
I'll pick it up, I guess.
You notice that it's partially hollow, like it's naturally hollowed, but at the same time, it's weird to see just one horn and nothing else. There's no bones, there's no secondary horn, just this one.
Hey guys, we have just a single horn over here.
Wait, what?
Yes, a horn. A
I
ram's
look
horn.
up from a cooking fire at them.
Have we even noticed any rams around in the area?
You've seen a few bits of wildlife, and you have indeed seen a few of the more wild, like forests, forest animals, and you do see a few rams here and there.
Well, we have a horn now.
Is there anything interesting about it? Is there anything in it?
It's hollowed completely through. Like, it obviously, like, the biggest part is hollowed through, and then it goes into a small, like, it spirals around, and then the point, you can see, just like looking at it, there is a small hole there as well.
Can you blow on it?
I want to try to blow on it and see what happens.
You know what? Go for it.
You blow
I'm
on
doing
it,
it.
and you hear it go. Nothing happens.
Well,
Would you like to try again?
I will keep the horn.
Okay. So as you come to rest for this night, who is on first shift?
I shall be on first shift.
Alright, make a perception check.
Watch me roll low. What did I tell you?
Okay. And as your shift comes to an end, who takes the second shift?
I will.
Okay, make a perception check. Nemesis, as you're sitting there, you hear some, like, hoofed movement that isn't from Brutus, but after a few seconds of listening in, you don't hear anything afterwards, and nothing else appears to happen for the rest of your shift through the night.
Strange. Okay. I guess it was wildlife.
Okay, so
Is Brutus okay, though?
as you travel through on the next day, you come to a smaller set of crossroads, which kind of split part ways. But in the middle of the crossroad, you see a cart. It's damaged and broken and flipped over.
Can we investigate inside the cart?
Alright, are you going to have a look at it?
Yeah, see if there's anything in there of interest. Or
Okay.
that can be used.
I actually think I'm gonna stay by Brutus and let you guys investigate.
Yep.
Alright,
Okay.
let's investigate this.
Okay, so you and Evelyn, and I guess Trofnar, we'll just have Trofnar like just stay with Nemesis for this one.
He's sitting in the back.
Yeah. So you're all checking.
He's going through soberness.
So you're checking the whatchamacallit, the car.
Yeah.
Okay. As you approach the cart, you hear a voice come from behind it. Raise your hands and stay where you are!
Who's there?
No response. A few seconds later, I said, raise your hands and stay where you are.
Grandpa, is that you?
Inclined to listen.
Okay, fine, jeez. I raise my hands.
Alright.
Uh-huh.
As you do, from behind
The heck is...
the tree in front of you, you see a large grizzled human. He's got a large black bushy beard that goes down to about his shoulders. He has a scar over his right eye and is wearing a sort of what appears to be like just various bits of cloth. His attire is a various set of like different armors and such, and you can see in his hand is a large scimitar. Well.
Is that you, Uncle Mick?
He kind of looks confused before he just like shakes himself and says, well, look what we got here, lads. A bunch of poor little travelers.
Do you really want to do this? If this is what I think it is.
Oh, it's exactly what you think it is, lad. And me and my boys, we do want to do this.
Your boys? Really?
He kind of whistles, and Evelyn, you see two more bandits step up from a ridge and point bows at you.
Oh, so intimidating. Oh.
Delson, you see
How
to
close
your
are
left
they?
is another one. They are quite close. They are about 10-15 feet. They are all very close. They've been hiding in the trees, around the trees, basically. Look,
Alright,
I'm
so
gonna
which
make
one do you
it.
want to take down first?
Okay, let's see then. They're right there and there.
You
and
raise
if
a
I can
hand.
do this-
You raise a hand against me, and I will gut you where you stand, lass.
Do you know
hey,
how old I am?
I couldn't
Yeah, she's
give a
older than
shit.
you.
I couldn't give a shit. So I'll make it simple for you. Drop your gold, drop your goods, or die.
And I'll make it simple for all of you. Shatter.
Okay. I will move us over then to the battle map.
Okay,
So,
I'm just going to
anyways.
shout that out in Draconic.
so the ones that you saw are here.
Well, hey, at least your marker's already got his hands up.
So that okay. So they need to make a what save?
Let me recheck. Skilly billy billy bop. Con save.
Constitution save. Okay.
Yep.
That is a 6 for the first one, and 11 for the second one. And okay, so the one that's closest to you makes a save.
Okay, the others do not. So,
So 10 points of damage. Okay.
yeah.
So there's a large explosion behind them as the essentially the bandit captain, turns around, just blocks his, basically shields his eyes from the incoming shrapnel. The others take the full force, and you see them get knocked down to the ground, but they eventually, they just pull themselves up. You can see they're looking pretty rough. As you do this, you hear the sound of arrows get fired at you, so that is going to be... that is a 20 to hit for the first one.
Yeah, that one hits.
5 for the second.
Miss.
And 17 for the third.
Hit.
Okay, so you take, as the one which you saw fires, and 2 more appear from the underbrush ahead of you and fire at you as well. So you take... And I'll play the music in a second. So you take 16 points of piercing damage in total.
Ow.
It's just the bolts just go directly into your chest. And with that, I want everyone to roll initiative.
Woo.
Hi.
Click on your tokens.
Yeah. I'll just remove the others.
Tis but a scratch.
Right.
I say as I spit up blood.
I'm just gonna...
I've had worse.
Okay, so that one got a 3. That one got a 8 for that one. That is a 9 for that one. Hey, that one actually got a good roll. 15. Okay, fine. That's 2 for him. And the bandit captain. Is it, wow, these got really bad rolls. Oh yeah, and Truffnar needs his roll. So I'll just Truffnar. There we go. So top of the round, Delson, you're up.
Yep, I'm going to take this opportunity to heal myself up.
Ugh. You have the healer right next to you.
I know, but you can't do anything yet.
Did we not just take a long rest?
Yeah, oh, you slept. You've spent the last couple of days like sleeping and such. So yeah.
Exactly. But you're still. You don't have your spells on you but your turn's not up yet, and there's going to be a bandit right before you.
Yeah, you're third in the initiative order.
True.
Yep.
Alright, so you heal 9 points of damage.
I'm going to tell you guys this right now, though. You've just made a huge mistake.
We hear it all the time, lad. Alright, is that your turn?
I'm just going to grin and laugh.
I gotta shift these over.
Well, suit yourself then. Guess you're losing your boys.
Okay. So the bandit is going to use his bonus action to reload his bow. It's actually a crossbow, not a bow. I made that mistake there. And he's going to fire again at you, Delson.
Okay.
That's a natural 1.
So he trips over himself.
So he aims it, he fires, and it just like, and the bolt just goes skyward as it jammed. Just goes. Ah! He starts winding.
Now I feel disappointed in myself.
He starts winding the contraption back. Evelyn, it's now your turn.
Alright, I'd like to attack him
Okay.
with my spear, two-handed spear.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack.
Never mind.
You take the fancy spear and you try and like do some fancy spear work to try and trick him off, but as you just like swing it down, he just grabs the spear, just shakes his head, and then just throws it towards you. Is that your turn?
Yes, that is my turn.
Okay, so it is now the bandit captain's turn. You watch as he like reaches onto his waist and pulls out a dagger. He twirls it about a bit before he goes towards you with his attacks. He's going to make 2 attacks on you. So that is a 11 for the first hit.
Nope.
And that is a 17 for the second hit.
Nope.
So you watch as he swings towards you, able to block it with the spear, and then with the dagger he kind of just stabs it and just scrapes across your arm. You just hear the screeching sound.
Screong!
Alright. Nemesis, it's now your turn.
Alright, I'm going to hop up off the horse, seeing what's happening, and go... Oh, I don't have to roll it. Go to this guy.
Yep.
Yep, alright. And I am just going to bash him in the head, or try to.
Smack him with a hammer!
Okay, roll an attack.
Yeah, they'll hit.
You don't even need to roll damage, he had 1 health left.
Wow, okay.
So you can
When
see...
they said you were looking really rough.
Yeah, you can see he's winding up his crossbow as well, and as you kind of like charge forward and swing your warhammer, you see him turn around before you just hear a loud crack as his spine breaks. And you just see his body just go flying over the ridge and lands just face first on the ground, not moving.
I just give a small smile.
Always fun to crack heads open.
Well, you
Yep.
broke its spine. Okay, is that your turn?
That ends my turn.
Okay, it is now Trofnar's turn. He kind of just looks over and he's going to try and make his way to the one over here. Fortunately, it's rough terrain going through all that, so it's going to be, so he can move 25 feet. So, what the hell? Snap. I want the snapping to work. Snap to center. Thank you. So he can get there, but he'd have to use his dash action because it's rough terrain. So he's going to do that. So he's going to run to that bandit. That'll be his turn. So it is
Bandit is now shook.
It is now the other bandit that's in front of you. He is noticing one of his buddies going down. He's going to try and fire at you now. So he's using his bonus action to reload his crossbow. That is an 18 to hit.
Oh yeah, that just hits.
Okay. So you take... Where is it? There we go. You take 9 points of piercing damage.
Alright then.
As you feel a sharp pain just below your collarbone, and you look down, you can see a large crossbow bolt has pierced partway through your armor. You just kind of like grip it and pull it out. It is now the bandit that is near you. He is going to reposition himself over here and is going to fire towards Evelyn.
As he does that, I hold my hand out and just say rise to try and deflect the blade using my bardic abilities.
So you're doing cutting words,
Oh,
yeah?
my hero.
Yep.
That is a 19 to hit. And then cutting words lowers it by how much?
1d6.
So roll a d6. So that is a 15 to hit.
It's
Yep.
misses.
So you see him aim, he's like, what? It kind of it glances off your armor and just like leaves a scratch on it, but it doesn't actually find purchase. But it just says, fucking shite.
Mystical shields of lords.
Okay. The bandit that Trofnar has gone to is going to turn around and draw his scimitar and is going to make an attack on Trofnar. That is 18 to hit. What's Trofnar's armor class? Yeah, that'll hit. So he takes... He takes 5 points of slashing damage. As Trofnar kind of like arrives there, you watch as the bandit pulls out his scimitar and just like backhand swings into Trofnar. As he's just kind of like bursting out of some of the foliage, it kind of digs deep into him. So there's that. Okay, so as top of the round, you start to hear some more hoof sounds. Delson, it's your turn.
Okay, seeing these bandits over here, I'm just going to use my spell to shatter them again.
Keep in mind, because of the rock, the bandit captain is in cover.
However, inanimate objects are at disadvantage from shattering. And besides the con save.
So the one that's over there has... One second, it's 10 feet, did you say? 10, 15 feet?
I believe it is a 15-foot radius. Let me recheck real quick. Oh, it's 10 feet. So I'm going to be casting from around here.
Okay, so you can get those three in it.
Yep.
That is a 18, 2, and that is a 10. So one of the
So
bandits
one
make it,
makes
the
it.
bandit captain doesn't. And the other one doesn't as well.
15 damage.
Okay, so here's that. You watch as one of the bandits up top just gets blasted to the side and collides with one of the rocks as he just droops down, just blood coming out of his ears. He doesn't appear to be moving. So that one was the one that died.
How's the captain doing?
He's looking hurt, but he's still standing.
I see. The other bandit's just been a bit damaged.
He's looking pretty hurt, but he's still standing.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna
so
say
so-
this once more. Give up now.
Right, so it's now this bandit's turn, and he's going to fire once again at you, Delson, seeing as you seem
Don't
to be
mind me,
causing
I'm
the
just
most
looking at
havoc.
I'm just going to cutting words at that.
Okay, that is a 22 to hit. So go ahead and roll your dice for the kind words.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
So that is 17.
Yeah, that still hits.
Okay, so you take 6 points of piercing damage. As you can,
Okay.
as you begin to yell an insult towards it, you just feel a sharp pain in your shoulder, and looking down, you see another crossbow bolt has stuck quite deep in. And that is his turn. Please use his bonus action to do that. Evelyn, it's now
I'm
your turn.
still alright.
I guess I'll try for the spear for the captain again.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack.
Yeah, I think that hits.
That hits, but he's going to use his... One sec, is he going to use his reaction? No, he's not going to use his reaction. Actually, that won't make a damn difference. Go ahead and make the attack then.
Alright.
8 points of damage, okay.
As I
So
have a
that-
cat.
So this time you just go into a straight stab, and it digs deep into his body, like goes down on one knee from the pain, but is able to sort of pull himself back up again. He's looking a bit hurt, but he's still standing.
Perfect battle.
It's now the bandit captain's turn. He's just going to make an up to attacks on you. That is a 10 for the first hit, and an 11 for the second hit, so I don't think either one hits.
Nope.
No.
Alright, and with that, he's also going to use his bonus action, and you watch he takes out a potion and just chugs it down. So he heals
Really?
that much damage.
He's healed that much.
So that much out. And he is now going to... Now that will be his turn, actually. Alright, Nemesis, it's now your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and trying to take out these guys.
So you're going for the dwarf that ran away a bit, yeah?
Yeah, this one.
Okay, roll an attack.
Smash him with a hammer.
Yeah, that'll hit. Not gonna have you roll damage either. That one also had 1 health left.
Woo!
So as
When
you
the
run
bard
forward, you
is
kind of
actually
leap, you
weakening
kind of jump off a
everything.
rock and kind of just slam the hammer down, and his head vanishes. It looks as if the head of your hammer has replaced his head completely,
Yay.
Yay!
and he just stands there for a few seconds before falling.
All hail the princess.
Okay, so is that your turn?
Yep.
Alright. Shrafnar is going to continue with his battle with the bandit. You know, I'll just do this. He's gonna use his great axe.
How great
Now-
is his great axe?
Well, I mean, it hits for one.
Yay.
Okay, and that bandit takes 6 points of slashing damage. So just put that on there. Get those two away there. As in retaliation, he basically does the same kind of sweep towards this bandit and slashes upwards. You can see it kind of slashes deeply, almost directly up his torso. That will be Trofnar's turn. That bandit is dead. That bandit is dead. Markin is dead.
Murder.
And that bandit is going to continue engaging with that. That's a 2. That's not going to hit. Alright, so top of the round, you hear the galloping get much louder, and Nemesis, you see a blur of motion as what appears to be a large horse charges through and is going to make an attack on the bandit captain. I'll add him in a second. I just need to check something.
Oh,
Oh my god, is this who I think it
You
is?
think it's a horse, at the very least, but just give me a second while I just...
Oh my god, if this is what I think it is.
It might be what you think it is, you don't know.
Please let it be.
I cannot find the fucking stats for this thing, so I'll just...
whoever is like revving their engine outside my house needs to die. What the heck?
He's
God
just so
damn it,
excited
I'm the
about the
motorcycle
shit.
man.
He's just excited about the shit that's going on in here, bro. Don't you know?
Yeah, this is hype.
Yeah. Well, I'm just quickly. There we go. That's the thing that I wanted. I don't have.
As
the
now
actual
we have
stats.
what is basically freaking Berserker Heracles on our side. We're gonna smash.
Okay, so
Yeah,
first
I
mouse.
hope it's freaking Herc coming to be the president of Smashville.
That is gonna hit. So that means that is. How much damage does a lance do? I forget. Up, and there's my phone. Give me a second while I count this up. I need to just mute myself while I get this phone call. Sorry about that. It was my mother. She's on holiday. She's going to see how I was doing.
Yay!
Yay! Anyway, now I've actually... I was also able to find the time to get the stats for this. So... that is a lot of damage. So... you watch, Delsin, as what appears to be a man on a horse with a lance charge forward and essentially completely impale the bandit captain. He takes 16 points of piercing damage as he's practically lifted upwards. But as...
I told you to give up while you were ahead, man.
But as you, as like this figure comes into view, you notice that it's not actually a man on a horse, but a man,
It's a man horse.
combined with a horse.
Wait, is that? I think I've read about these. Is this a centaur?
You've heard of centaurs before, but you've never seen them.
Oh my god, it's true.
Okay. And at the same time, you hear the sound of an arrow coming flying by. And that will definitely hit that guy. So that is going to be... that's a pitiful amount of damage. You watch as an arrow come flying from the direction that the centaur had came from and strike the bandit that you can see in front of you, Delson, in the shoulder. He kind of like staggers back and like leans against the tree. He's looking pretty rough, but he's able to just like pull himself forward and he's just like looking around trying to find whoever shot at him. Okay. It is now that bandit's turn. He's going to just be like...
Oh, wait, I didn't get to do anything except watch.
oh, wait. Oh, yeah, it's your turn. Go on.
Shit.
Sorry.
I'm
What
gonna throw
can
the.
you do besides
So-
what?
I got distracted by the call.
Yeah, I got distracted by the centaur, and how awesome that was. I'm going to throw the dagger of destiny
At the bandit.
at
That's
the bandit over here.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack.
May my dagger fly true and strike thine enemy. I am the bone of my dagger.
That'll hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
I think it gets the +3 for Dex, so
Okay. As he like turns and raises his crossbow, you just watch as the dagger just flies straight, almost as if it was grinding up the crossbow, and hits him straight in the forehead. Just okay, well that is dead then, so I don't need to worry about his turn.
The dagger of destiny doesn't fail.
It's failed a couple of times, you know. Okay, it is now. Yeah, crap. It's now Evelyn's turn. I know it says Panic Kevin, but whatever.
Alright, so the captain's still standing?
He is looking very rough. He's kind of had a lance pierce clear through him, but he's still standing. You get advantage because he's flanked by the centaur.
Oh. Okay, so you can.
Hey!
Okay, go ahead and roll damage.
1 moment.
So that is 16. How do you want to do this?
Stab him through the eye.
Alright. So you watch he's like just there clutching his hand, he just like looks back and just like you see him turn to run, and as he does, you just hear a loud squelching noise as the spear goes through his right eye. Just like pauses for a second, and he's pushing harder. And now so you can see from behind the centaur, you can see the spear actually break through the back of the skull.
Ugh.
As you pull it out, he just looks up and
He should have ran when he had the chance.
alright.
Well, then.
Nemesis, it's now your turn.
What do I respond to?
There's a bandit that is maths isn't working. 45 feet away from you. It is currently engaged with Trofnar.
I'm just stunned by the centaur. I'd run past it, I guess, and go over here. I can't do much else.
Okay. I mean, you could always throw your hammer at him.
True, I could try. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Let's try.
Okay, go ahead and that's gonna
Yeah.
miss.
I have
So,
bad aim.
so from Trofnar's perspective, you just hear like you see the bandit go, "Shit!" and just duck as the hammer goes flying over his head.
Well, I'll have to retrieve that.
And Trofnar looks at this.
Wait, what did I miss?
Nemesis threw the hammer at the last remaining bandit and missed.
Okay.
At this
and
point,
I'm
Trofnar just looks at you and says, "Oh, that's not how you do it, princess! It's like this!" And he's going to make an attack.
Does he throw his axe at him?
No, but he does miss.
Aha!
He rolled a 2.
I'm sorry, what were you saying?
Oh, he's just a little jumpy. You say the fuck there, buddy. The bandit
Guys,
is going
stop
to run. So that means Trofnar gets another attack on him. That'll hit. That
Where
is,
do you think you're going?
and that will be a killing shot.
Yep. So as he
So
runs,
the
he just
the
gets
bandit-
cleaved in half.
So the bandit begins to run away, but Trofnar kind of like runs forward a bit and kind of like essentially reverse swings it, like as if pulling on a lever, and you just watch as the pointy part of the great axe hits him basically right in his crotch. And as he raises up, you watch as he starts to like get split apart from that side. It gets to about his stomach before he just like slams him down hard on the ground, and you hear just a loud crack as one of his bones or some of his bones break. Ah.
Oh.
I told you that's how you do it, princess!
It only took you a second try, man.
Ah,
Good
fuck
job.
you! Alright. So,
Thank you, sir. I thank the centaur for his help.
so with the battle over, you watch as the centaur just like walks up to the dead bandit captain, and just like you see him stab into the corpse and lift him up, essentially like a shish kebab, and just take a look at him very slowly before just flinging the corpse over to the side.
Can we help you, horseman?
Thank you, sir. May I ask your name?
We do not go by names here. I assume you mean the title that your kind call each other.
Yes.
In your tongue I am called Glacius.
It is nice to meet you, Lysias.
I'm just gonna go and get my hammer back.
Yeah, so you go and retrieve the hammer.
I go to retrieve my dagger while speaking with him.
Glacius just stands there quietly and just looks.
So why did you assist us?
Because one of you called for our assistance.
Oh. That would have been me. I show him the horn.
That is indeed one of the calling horns that we leave for people.
Ah.
We found it in the middle of the forest, just by itself.
I shall leave it then, in case other travelers will need assistance.
Please do. We leave them there deliberately, so that anyone that may be desperate, for any hope that they may survive, can find it.
I understand. I leave the horn down.
And as you're talking, you see a much smaller centaur, clearly female. This one walks up. You see that she is has a bow on her back and such, but she keeps a distance away from the rest of you.
I shall respect that distance for once, and not try to flirt with the horsewoman.
Look, like, can we investigate their bodies, see if they have anything?
Make an investigation check.
I'm just gonna look for an arrow.
I want to investigate the cart.
I just want to look for arrows.
Okay, make an investigation check then. Let's see. So, searching the bodies, you can see that these bandits appear to be quite down on their luck. You find some pretty crappy crossbows. Like, they work, but they're not really fancy. Blaze, you do find the arrow that was fired from somewhere. You assume it might be from the female centaur, given she's got a bow and arrow. You also find, as you're retrieving an arrow, a small... It's not so much a cave as it is just a sort of shelter from the elements. And you can see there is a few bedrolls and such.
Well then.
Do you often have problems with bandits?
The forest is large and we are few. The various other tribes do what they can, as do we.
I understand then.
Where are you all heading?
Well, we were heading to this large city. I believe it was called Extar. Yeah.
You see his face darken a little bit at that mention. I have heard of this Extar. It's a very fine balance that they have between us and themselves.
What do you mean?
They come to destroy our home. Every day, we wake to find more of this forest is gone. It was only by the blessing of the Great One of the Forest that we do not destroy them outright, because of a deal made eons ago.
Oh, I had no idea. about this.
Wait, though, are they really destroying your forest
He points towards the destroyed car, and the car that Bruce says, "You take our home and you turn it into things that you use." That's
right.
what I mean by destroy.
It's called deforestation.
That
Without-
is the mercy word that you all use. For us, it is destruction. As I said, the only reason why we do not attack this Extor is because of an agreement made eons ago, that for every home they destroy, they must replace with one that will grow. Personally,
And have
I
they
am
been doing that?
They have. Indeed they have. I am just not in agreement of this deal. I would much rather they not touch the forest at all.
I can understand the feelings of that.
I'm not sure I do. I mean, we need to survive as well. And if you have a deal in place, why would you have a problem with it?
The problem is more of a personal thing.
I mean, trees do take a long time to grow.
That they do.
That is the reason. While it is true that you all plant more trees for the ones you destroy, the fact of the matter is that it will take 20, 30 years for them to regrow. Meanwhile, you cut more and more down every day.
It really is an issue, especially when you take into consideration that it isn't just sentient people like centaurs that live here. There's also smaller animals too who make their homes in these trees. This is why we should only try to take what we need, if that much.
And typically they do, as I said. It is just, I personally do not agree. The Great One appears to be fine with it, so long as he is, then so shall I.
I see. Who is the Great One?
The Great One is old. He is one of the first. His family line were the first here. And they say it was his tribe that had the forest flourish as it does.
I understand then.
You see him like adjust the lance. You can see the lance. It appears to be a nice lance that he might have snagged from a fight or something like that. If you are going to this Exeter, then allow me and my mate to escort you there. At least to the furthest we can go.
That would be acceptable, Moss.
Very well.
You-
And he just starts walking towards, essentially starts walking this way.
Everybody quickly back to the cart.
And as you were searching the cart, just so you know, the cart's completely empty. You get the feeling that the bandits were using it as just a form of bait.
Can we take the bad crossbows, though?
Yeah, you can take the bad crossbows. So in total there's 2, 4, 5 bad crossbows.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and get Brutus and follow on.
Yep, I will follow too.
Alright, so you all make it back into the car, and it seems relatively uneventful. You have the male centaur in the front, just walking forward, and the female one in the back, still keeping a distance away and just looking around. You get the feeling that this one appears to not be very trusting of humans. In fact, you don't think either of them are. It's just the male one has like this feeling of power about himself or something like that. Not in an egotistical way, just a he knows he's strong. And he knows he has ways and means. So,
dignified.
You continue to travel for the next 4 or 5 hours. Until eventually, at about the 6th hour mark, The male centaur moves to the side and stops, says, "This is as far as we go. Another hour from now, you shall arrive at this city of Exeter."
Thank you for all your help.
May you treat the forest with respect, traveller. And with that, he just turns around and begins to gallop off.
Give a nod.
He doesn't see it. He's already very far back. Right,
I'm gonna look at Evelyn and just ask her, do we have anything that we can plant for the edge of the forest as a way of respect?
No.
Well then, wait. Can I pull out my pine cones?
Yes.
Oh god.
The ones
Yes.
which... Didn't you use them? Did you, like, grind them down?
I ground some of them down. I got the nuts, which is basically their seeds.
Alright. So, you got your pine cones out?
I shall plant some of them.
Alright, so you
Just
plant
like
them...
off
So you plant them around. As a farmer, you know how to plant seeds and sow seeds and stuff, so it doesn't take you very long. But with that, you have them planted, and you jump back on the cart and continue your journey. About an hour of travel later, you come out to the edge of the forest. You can actually see, only about 100 feet away, a large stone wall, covered in various bits of vegetation. But you can see that it is guarded. You can see people on the battlements up top and guards in front. And looking further back, you can see things like a large tower sticking out, and even further still, what appears to be a large castle. And you realise that after a week of travel, you have finally arrived at the city of Exeter. So, as you head towards the gate, one of the guards indicates for you to stop.
Okay. Can I give Brutus an apple
Yep.
from my ration pack?
Okay, so you
That's one
feed.
thing.
So knock one of your rations out to say that you fed Brutus.
Yep.
Alright, so as you stop, the guard stands up and just looks at you all and just says, "Well, welcome to Exeter. What is your business here?"
Hello there, Sir Guard. We are members of the Paint Hunters, as well as travelers who have come along this way simply for work and trade. Trade and work.
Very well. Do you have any illegal contraband in your vehicle?
What counts
No.
as illegal contraband?
Oh, you know, drugs, that kind of deal.
No.
Heavens, no.
I'm sure
so.
you understand that in order to fit with protocol, we need to give your cart a quick search. Indeed,
Okay.
yourselves.
Okay.
I'm not comfortable with anyone coming near me.
Well, I'm sorry. If you don't like that, then you can simply stay outside the city.
Come on, Princess. Let the nice Germanian man perch real quick.
Very
He
well
says
then.
he thinks that accent
Do
is
anything funny and
Germania.
I'll bash in your skull.
Do anything funny, and you will die where you stand. It just indicates to the other guards, because he has various races and such, and they just begin to do a quick search. They take out your packs and have a quick look through it. With Drofnar, they see they pull out some alcohol and the drift globe, and Drofnar goes, those are mine. One of them's a dwarven invention. I've lost the voice for some reason. I don't know why. Right, what does it do? He's holding the drift globe, and you just hear Drofnar go, "Nightlight," and it glows at us. Oh, well, right. I know what this is. Yeah, this is fine. And just place it back in. And it just, like, takes a flask, just as it. Whew! That is strong. The search goes on without a hitch. None of you, I don't think any of you have anything that will be considered, like, illegal or questionable.
Does my scroll of pedigree count as questionable?
Scroll of what now?
My scroll of pedigree. It basically says, you know, I'm a noble from this house.
So you watch as he, like, looks at the scroll and just opens it, and you just see, like, the colour drain from his face as he reads it. And then he quickly, like, rolls up and just, like, waves away the others. And just, like, stands up straight. I am so very sorry. I was unaware of your standing.
Well, let's not make a fuss. Just make it quick.
Very well, very well. The searches are complete, and we have found nothing of questionable. Here you go, miss. And he like bows as he hands back the scroll.
Why? They actually respect princess.
Many people.
We haven't found anything of note. Should we inform the family Ronan of your appearance?
No, this isn't official business. I'd actually prefer if you kept this quiet.
Very well, miss. We shall, as far as we are concerned, you are a rather respected commoner. We shall go with that.
Thank you.
And once again, my sincerest apologies, miss. And he bows once more. Open the gates! And gates slowly open.
I guess I should have pulled that out first of all.
Yeah, maybe. That would have been a lot of help.
Okay, so as you enter through, you are now inside the city of Exeter. The one thing that you notice is that this road that you're on appears to be completely straight. It's difficult to see, but from the distance you can actually see the gates on the other side of the city. You get the feeling that this goes straight through the entire middle with no interruptions. You see it branch out left and right. Some of it, you see as it goes to the left, the road, like almost as if a knife is cleaved in two, goes from this beautifully paved road to this rather grungy dirt road. And you can see the houses are in not a terrible state, but looking as it curves and goes downwards, you can see the houses very quickly go into a rather poor, like, state of quality. Meanwhile, to the right, you see it curves upwards. You can see some gates with a few more lords guarding. You can see that they have the crest of the Rona family, which Nemesis you obviously know of.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, if you want me to drop the ball, I can, but for now, we'll just continue on as normal until you want it, the Lord Barber.
Yep.
So, you're inside the city of Exeter. What do you all do?
First of all, let's find a stable for Brutus to rest in. He deserves a good rest.
Okay, so you ask around, and you find that the stables are on the other side of the city. It'll take you quite a bit of time to get there, but you see it is in what people call the Roots District, which they indicate is the area to the south of the city. So you make your way there.
Would I be able to find arrows here too?
I'd say make an investigation check as you ask about.
Okay.
But as you make your way to the stable, as you ask, you arrive at the stable. Now, these stables, compared to Terrorance Crossing, are large. You can see that there are a large amount of horses and carts that are currently stationed there. You ask around, it's like,
I found a rock.
Pointy things. They like go really fast. You can have a complete brain fart and forget what arrows are. The fatigue from 7 days of travel kind of hits you as you make it in, kind of like, you know, the adrenaline coming out of you. And so you
Can
kind
I
of...
show them the bow?
Yeah. And then eventually one's like... it's... Because at this point you're in the Roots District, and one says, well, ain't fucking here, I can tell you that one.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Right. So...
Smartest party ever here.
So you arrive at the stable, and you can see there is a half-orc there. He is rather broadly built, and he has long, sort of greenish black hair that goes down to his chin. He's got large tusks and a mustard-coloured eyes. He is absolutely filthy. He's got like a vest with dirt and brown pants and such. But you see, he's just like currently like shoveling away some manure. And as you approach, he just steps back from it, like takes a couple of steps back just to try and like wave away the spell, and just goes, "Hi, you need a place to stay for the for your horse to stay for the night?"
Yes.
Right. So, sorry, but we don't have any, like, the actual stable buildings, but we can hook the horse up somewhere if you'd like.
Somewhere?
Somewhere around here. I'm sorry, I'm really sorry. It's just, we get a lot of travel, and it's first come, first serve, and such. I mean, the other alternative is if you try to go to the Treetop District, but they're for, like, nobility, and they're expensive.
I'm pretty sure our princess might be able to make some connections. Just looking at the embassy.
Everyone's just staring.
Yeah, the half-orc is staring as well. It's like, I mean, she looks a lot better off than you lot, but I don't think that's gonna change anything with the stable hand over there. The charge for them is steep.
See.
Well, what's your charge?
I will house your horse for 5 silver per horse per night. Over there, I know that they do it for like 5 gold per horse per night.
Well, as certainly frustrating as not having enough room in a proper stable is.
Oh, don't worry.
rather
The second one becomes available. It's a first come first serve kind of deal. Once one horse leaves the stable, another one takes its place. So, if you think your horse is going to stay like the entire time out, don't. Once stable comes available, it'll be put in there.
Very well then. I suppose
Yep.
that's fine.
All right. We'll keep an eye on the car as well. I'll make sure it's put in the storage.
Alright,
Rest
I
well,
don't have
Bridges.
silver, so I'll just give him a gold piece.
Thank you. Thank you very much, miss. And he just pockets the gold in his pants. Well, yeah, if there's anything else, enjoy your stay, I guess.
Wait, while we're here, do you know where I might be able to find some arrows?
Yeah, there's, in the branch district, it's just straight north from here. There's 2 places you can get them from. There's the Coggles Manufactory, which is Rona's own little business venture here. Or, calls it a really stupid name, something like Smithery 4938 or something like that. Gus is weird like that. But you can probably get it from either one of them.
Thank you.
Alright.
Alright, then I suppose we're heading to get some arrows.
Yep, so which one are you heading to? Smithery 4938 or the Coggles Manufactory?
First, we'll go to the smithery.
Okay.
Because it has a weird name, and I think it'll be fun after giving Brutus a pat.
Also, I have to ask that we, like, end it soon. I'm really sick, and I'm just kind of getting drained.
Yeah, don't worry, we'll end it pretty soon. Because I know Evelyn's got a party to go to, so we'll just do this a little bit. Alright.
No, that's next week.
Oh, that's next week. Okay.
Yes.
Well, either way, we'll be sure to end it. We're coming to the point where we'll nearly end it anyway. Alright, so you make it to the smith room. One of the things that you notice, you go through this gate. You're not really, like, searched or such, but the guards do keep an eye on you as you walk through. You're through to what is they call the branch district. You can see that the houses are relatively average. There's nothing fancy about it. You do see a few houses that look like they've been, like, done up, you know, so it's clear that there's some disposable income among the families here. But you can see it's actually mostly like a commercial district. There's lots of, like, taverns, there's lots of there's lots of general stores and such. Overall, it appears to be more like the commercial district. You see, like, it partly dips down, and you can see a very large building, which actually has the words Coggles Manufactory on it. But as you proceed past it, you arrive at what appears to be a blacksmith. It has two chimneys with smoke coming out of them. The weird thing that you notice, though, especially as you enter, is that everything seems to be perfectly aligned at a 90-degree angle. Like, it's kind of weird. It doesn't appear to be much concern of just, like, visual look. Just everything appears to be at a 90-degree angle. And
It's perfectly symmetrical.
And as you enter, you hear, like, footsteps coming from the right side, and through a doorway you can see, carrying a large amount of swords, is a warforge. It's almost completely made out of wood, except for its hands and feet, which you can see are pure metal. And it has a small steel cap over where the Celestine core is. You can see its eyes are actually a greenish colour, a greenish orb colour. And as he kind of steps and looks over, he moves. Whereas it's Harvey kind of had a sort of, like, stiff movement, this one appears to be moving rather fluidly like a normal human. And as he just looks at you, says, "Oh, more units. Give me a second, please." And he just, like, carries them over to a counter and just places them all down. You see as he just, like, very quickly, like, grabs them and straightens them all before he turns around, like, wipes his hand and just says, "Ah, so how can this unit help you today?"
Hello there.
Greetings,
I am looking.
unit.
Name is Delson. May I know this unit's name?
Ah, well, greetings, Unit Delson. I am known as GU5, but many of you call me Gus. I'm not sure why, but if that's what you units prefer, then by all means.
It's nice to meet you. I am looking for some arrows for a short bow.
Arrows. Yes, I do indeed have some arrows for you units. How many are you looking at?
I'm looking for maybe 20 or 30.
I think I have maybe 40. Let me go check quickly. Just stay here, units. And he walks into the bag. You hear like this quite quick scraping, and very quickly he comes out carrying a quiver. And you can see it's got a load of arrows. There we go, yes. So each arrow is 5 copper. And I have in total, and you see him very, like, his fingers move incredibly quick, almost like a blur as he starts counting them really quickly. Yes, I have 40 arrows in total.
I think I'll take all of those then. And I pull out 2 gold.
Oh, well, thank you very much, Unit Delson. And he hands you the entire quiver, basically.
Thank you too, Unit Gus. I have been looking for these for like a week.
Well, I am happy that I could help. What about the rest of you? Do any of you units need help? Or would you like to browse my wares?
Do you have any shields?
I have a shield that I am building that I could sell to you at a later date. Is there anything particular with this shield that you're looking for?
All it needs is to be able to protect me and bash into enemies' heads.
So one that is strong enough to protect you, but sturdy enough to sustain the vigorous hits from other units. Yeah, so one I'm building now could do that. Unfortunately, and he looks at the shield that you've got, it will be a tad heavier than the one that you currently have equipped. You may not be able to use it whenever you want. Let me give you an example. And he just like walks over. You can see he has like a wooden like card, but you can see this shield is like twice the size of yours. He says, this is a mock-up of the one that I am building. Great Shield is one that you units would call it. It will provide you more armor, however, because of its weight, it isn't a case of you able to raise it whenever you want. It'd be more of a reactionary thing that you units would do. On the other side, however, you can obviously try and hit people over the head with it, as I've seen you units do.
It's really funny. I see then. I suppose that could work.
If you wish, then I can certainly reserve this first Great Shield to yourself, unit.
How much would it cost?
Oh, give or take. It is more expensive than a regular shield, which I believe goes for about 10 gold. But since it's not as big as an upgrade for your unit's specifications, it would cost about 20.
I can certainly afford that.
Very well.
It would be quite cool.
In the way of how you units go with honesty, I would need to ask for 10 gold up front as what you units call a downs payment.
That's perfectly alright. Money's no trouble for me.
Alright, and he takes the 10 gold from you. Very well. Once this has been completed, I will hold it in reserve when you come back. Give or take, estimations of about 2 days, and then you shall have this great shield.
That should work. I think that will be here for that time, maybe even longer.
I'm glad that the unit is happy with that. So, is there anything else from me that you wish? Maybe a weapon, some tools, ranged weapons?
I don't think any of us can rage, actually.
I think he said ranged.
Range.
Range. Oh.
Yeah.
I thought.
Yes,
rage.
this unit does have a few weapons, such as a crossbow or a tool from NASA known as a palm pistol. Only one of them. Give me a sec. And he walks back in again. You hear some more scraping, and he comes back with a very small device in his hand. It's roughly about the size of his palm. You can see it's actually of a similar shape to Harvey's Thunder Cannon, but much smaller. And you can see it's got like what appears to be sort of like a ditch on the side, or sort of like an indent. This is what you units call a palm pistol. It is from the continent of NASA. It uses a compound known as gunpowder, or at least that's what you units have called it, to fire these, and he clicks it open and brings out a small, what looks like a ball bearing. Typically ball bearings, but they don't last very long. So what you do is you place it in there, put it forward, and it can fire that ball bearing at a rather alarming speed.
Mm. Well then. Oh,
What
no.
kind of proficiency is that?
It would be a proficiency that none of you have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
So we cannot use that.
Yeah.
Very
However,
well.
can I?
go on.
I show him the crossbows and ask him, can we sell these to you if they're able to be repaired and let you sell them?
He, like, looks at them and just, like, you see him just shake his head. And he's like, unfortunately, the quality of weapon that you units have just given me here, they would only be used for scrap. I could only make use of the limbs. And how many of these do you have?
I think about 5.
I would only be willing to give you about 5 gold for the last. These are incredibly poor quality. I would have stern words for the unit that made these.
I believe the unit that made those are likely dead.
Not the punishment that I would say for it, but if you units decide that poor craftsmanship should be rewarded in death, then so be it.
Yeah, 5 is better than nothing. Besides, even the scrap can be used.
Indeed.
So.
And he hands you the 5 gold as he takes the crossbow. He just places it down. You watch him again. Like, he seems to be, like, very OCD as he, like, just places them very quickly and make sure they're perfectly aligned.
I like this guy already.
Very well. Do you units have any other business? Or...
Oh, what about Evie's trident?
Ah, yes, I was looking for a trident.
I do believe I have a trident. Let me have a quick look. Again, you go back, you hear once more scraping, as eventually he comes back carrying a... It definitely looks like a trident. It's not, like, rounded. It's essentially as if you've stuck, like, 2 spear tips on the side at a right angle. Not my most proud of work, but this should suffice on what you're looking for. I'm willing to sell this to yourself for 25 gold.
So it's like a winged spear.
You units tend to use that terminology. Others call it a trident, as this unit has said.
It's a little too steep of a price for me at the moment.
Can you trade your other spear with it?
I don't want to lose the good one.
Well, these particular weapons are not in very common demand among units, so I don't think there'll be any rush in them happening, and if not, you can always commission me to manufacture you another one.
I'll keep that in mind for the future.
We'll be returning anyways soon. So.
Yeah.
Very well. Thank you for your patronage, units.
Thank you.
Kind of.
Thank you for your craftsmanship.
There's that engine again. Why?
We can assume that the engine is actually part of the blacksmithing, or part of the other shop.
I mean, I can't hear it from here, so... Alright,
Yeah,
so what do you guys do now, then?
Really annoying, so I'm glad.
Yeah. So, cause I'm obviously aware that we're trying to get to the wrap-up point, but what do you guys do now?
I think that after, a weeks-long trip through the wilderness, we probably want to find an inn to stay at.
Yep, and possibly get a bath in.
Okay, so are you looking for a fancy inn or a more rundown inn?
I'm looking for somewhere where I can bathe.
Okay, make it... I'll just say for the sake of brevity, it takes you a little bit, but eventually you're directed to an inn known as the Raven's Call in the Branch District. As you find that it's actually close to what they call the main road, which they've called the Lifeway Road. You see it's a solid stone exterior with a few like wooden braces on the edges. And as you come in, you can see that it's more stone walls, but there's a wooden floor, and it's a little bit worn out. But the weird thing you notice is that 15-20 feet up, there is a large amount of netting on the ceiling.
Okay. Is there anything special about this netting?
You don't know.
Can I make an investigation check?
Go ahead.
It's a net.
Somebody just really likes hanging nets up here.
Clearly, it's going to be a trap.
I mean, it's essentially like the nets are hanging in the way, like, you know, like how they use it to like catch balls that are on the top in like those kids' play areas. Yeah, you know, like the nets that you walk over in the play areas, they're kind of like that essentially, but there's a load of them that makes it difficult to see through them. Alright.
I guess we'll go find the person.
Alright, so the innkeeper. Alright, so you make your way to the front and you can see it's the gentleman he seems to be like cloaked up. But you can see just through the cloak he looks rather messy. His hair isn't like super well kept and it goes down to his chin. He's got a scruffy beard that kind of clings to his face and such. But as as you approach, he just looks up and goes, "Ah, welcome, lass, to the Raven's Call. What can I do you for?"
We are looking for, I suppose, 2 rooms for each pair. And baths.
Yes.
Ah, you want some of the fancy bathrooms, eh? Alright. I'll get a couple. I take it that you both want you want both rooms to have the bath in, yeah?
Yes.
Yes.
That is 3 silver a night for it.
That's perfectly fine. I actually just have 3 silver, so I'll pay for my thing.
Yeah, and I will pay for the other one.
Okay,
I mean,
so the two of you basically pay for both for the 2 rooms, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so with that, you buy your rooms, you go up, you have obviously you have a bath that you've been craving for a long, long time.
Like scrub the dirt off of my skin vigorously.
Yep.
Yep, and it is because of your size, your knees are like poking up from the bath. Yeah, but you are able to get yourself clean and everything. And,
Giant princess tiny tub.
Yeah, essentially.
I just get to lay in a tub for a couple hours.
Yeah.
I'm just basically going to do that. And
Nice.
just finally let my hair down and be long and fabulous.
At which point, Trafna says, "God, even your hair's like a bleeding girl." Fucking hell! And he just takes a swig from
sorry,
some,
man.
and he takes a swig from some wine that he had bought at the Raven's Call.
Yep.
All right, so as the night begins to drag on, you all climb into your respective beds and sleep takes you. That's what we're going to call it good for this episode, because obviously Nemesis said that she's all like,
Yep.
Yeah, I was okay at first, and now my fever is like taking me.
Oh god, are you gonna start hallucinating?
I don't think I'm at that point.
She's gonna start seeing Harvey and Gus just standing there, and they're just gonna look, and they're just like she's just gonna turn around, and they're gonna both be standing there right outside the door, and then they're just gonna be like, "Hello."
Beep boop.
Oh my god, that's so cute.